Clothe yourselves with love, which binds everything together in perfect harmony, the writer writes. When I came to UBC in 2021, the organ project was already well underway. I didn't know anything about organs, and I still know very little, relatively. But even as a non-specialist, a non-musician, I've learned a lot, mostly due to Jonathan's infectious enthusiasm. Thank you so much, Jonathan. I've developed a deep appreciation and affection for this particular instrument. And one of the biggest things that I've learned is that it takes a lot to get to perfect harmony. In tune is always a moving target. The pipes expand and contract with the weather. Sometimes they need to be babied and talked nice to. Sometimes they need to be whacked by a professional, of course, not me, to get back into tune. Before the rebuild, whole sections of pipes would just sometimes refuse to play. Or occasionally a rogue pipe would play and play and play without being invited to do so. Back in September, after the new organ was reassembled, Jonathan and the organ builders spent days, maybe weeks even, getting each pipe to the right pitch and volume for this specific space, working to ensure that each of the over 2,000 pipes sounded just right, not only alone, but together, and just right with the new digital components that were added. And since then, there have been further tunings and adjustments, and as I understand it, there was quite a bit of time spent this weekend refining, retuning, finessing her back into shape for this auspicious day. I've learned that perfect harmony is a moving target. It's not a system flaw, it's just a reality. Tuning and retuning, adjusting and readjusting is never done. It's a part of the deal, right? As I've learned about this organ's beauty and quirks and complexity and history over the past few years, I've also been learning about you, about us as a community, about our beauty and quirks and complexity and history. And like our organ, we are a beautiful hodgepodge of old and new, of history and innovation. We are each distinct and beloved in the fullness of ourselves, and when we come together, we create something bigger, something vibrant and surprising that we couldn't do on our own. I've watched this community embrace our role as co-creators with the divine, not just in recreating the organ, but in playing with the discarded pipes on Holy Humor Sunday. In the artwork that Paul Taylor has created from leftover pieces, they're amazing. In the inspired mural that Anna created, that's now hiding behind the facade. You can see it if you go all the way to the back. You can see the top piece. The mural that proclaimed another kind of beauty and art in this space while the organ was away. Now that the organ is back and in her full glory, she sounds different, right? I mean, that's a good thing. She looks different too. It's beautiful. And we as a congregation, we sound and we look different than we have in the past as well, even as we remain rooted in and flowing from our own sacred history. I've learned a lot about this congregation in the past few years. Perhaps most of all, that perfect harmony with us as well is a moving target. And that's not a system flaw. It's a reality. It's part of the deal. Like our organ, we may get cranky when the seasons change, metaphorically or literally. We may fall out of tune and need to be talked sweetly to, or occasionally whacked. Just kidding, I would never do that. But we are committed to always reorienting ourselves, retuning ourselves toward the love that Colossians says will bind us together in perfect harmony. Beloveds, as you hear this glorious music today, I hope that you will feel the divine perfection of this divine harmony that surrounds you. And in a month, when a pipe rebels, or in a year when something needs to be replaced, I hope that we will be reminded to tune and retune our own hearts as well, again and again. It's part of the deal. May we continue to clothe ourselves with love, UBC, as we adjust and grow and work to find our harmony together. Thanks be to God. Amen.